How's it going, everybody? Blake here with Rambling Movie Takes, coming at you with a review for Bad Boys for Life. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You know, whatever. I won't quit my day job. You know, I'll keep hoping for a future on YouTube, though. Anyways, so Bad Boys for Life. Alright, so this is the third movie in the Bad Boys film franchise, starring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Alright, so this movie has been in development for I don't know how long. Like, it's been being talked about for so many years, I can't even remember, you know, when the reports first started popping up. But I know that Will Smith didn't really seem to be all that into it. Martin Lawrence, you know, was the one that seemed to be really wanting it. Whereas Will Smith, you know, he seemed to have moved on and wanted to go in other directions with his career, I guess. You know, didn't really want to go back and focus on some of the films that he had already, or some of the film franchises that he had already been a part of. You know, Independence Day was another one. He didn't really want to do anything with Independence Day. So, and good for him. You know, good for him for having the foresight to know not to get involved with Independence Day resurgence. So, anyways, that was something that I worried about. When I heard about Bad Boys for Life, I was like, oh, man. Okay, so they're making a third movie. They are significantly older now. I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't know if the magic is still going to be there. Let me tell you guys, the magic is there. And it's there in spades. Look, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence seem to have not missed a beat. It's like Bad Boys 2 came out like a year ago. And they just picked up where they left off. Look, this is one of the best performances that I've seen Will Smith in a very long time. Like, I thought he did a good job in Aladdin, and I thought he was going to really stink it up in that movie. But he ended up doing pretty well. I liked him as the genie. I haven't seen Gemini Man yet. That's just one that I kind of avoided. I didn't think I would like it. But yeah. I was very impressed with Bad Boys for Life, and you know, I'm not going to get into spoilers with this review, but you know, I may talk a little bit about spoilers towards the end, so this may be kind of a longer video, but I'll let you know when I get into spoilers, because there are some things that I want to talk about, and I assume that most people that watch this video have already seen it. Sorry if my voice is cracking a little bit. It sounds to me like it's cracking a little bit. I think I got a cold. It's been cold. It's been cold, and this weather's finally catching up with me. But anyways, so like I said, very impressed with Will Smith in this movie. I thought he did a great job reprising his role as Mike Lowry, and yeah, he hasn't missed a beat. And the same thing can be said for Martin Lawrence, you know, and for his role as Marcus. You know, he's as good as he's ever been. And I would make the argument that Martin Lawrence was even funnier than Will Smith in this movie. I mean, he just has, I mean, he's a comedian, you know. He started his career as a comedian, so obviously he has the comedic timing down and all that. So he knows what works, when it's going to work. And, you know, Will Smith, to his credit, he does as well. Will Smith is a very funny dude. He really is. But anyways, so I don't really want to dive into any, like, real plot details. It's just, you know, they've been working together for like 25 years, and you know, there's talk of retirement But, you know, Marcus wants to retire, but Mike doesn't. He wants to keep going. And, you know, Marcus, you know, he wants to focus on being a family man. You know, his grandchild was just born, and, you know, that's where his, that's just where his mind, that's where his heart is, that's where he wants to be. And, you know, Will Smith, you know, Mike, he's just not there. He doesn't want anything to do with that kind of life. He doesn't want to settle down with nobody. And he's not ready to give up the one thing that he feels like he does better than anyone else. I do like that there were some cameos in this movie. All right? I do like that there were some really cool cameos. Some I did not expect. Like, I don't want to give away any spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. But, you know, it wasn't even really a cameo. I mean, he was actually in a few scenes in the movie. But it was really cool that, you know, he came back. But, so anyways, you know, as the plot goes on, things happen. You know, there's a lot of action in this movie. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to get into the plot. I do better, I think, with spoiler reviews, and that's why I want to talk about spoilers at the end of this video. But I'm just going to say here, and I'm about to get into the spoilers, if you like the first two Bad Boys movies, you're going to like this movie, I think. You know, if you did not like those movies, you might not like this one. It's the same formula, but it's not directed by Michael Bay. The first two movies were. This movie was not directed by Michael Bay. Thank God. And, yeah. So, like I said, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence haven't missed a beat. The action was phenomenal. The comedy was on point. I even liked the story. And I'll be honest with you, I like the new characters. I like the old characters that came back, but also like the new characters as well. There was one dude that I was like, I want to see that guy just tear into some people. Like, he's a big motherfucker, and I just want to see him beat the shit out of some people. Like, that's how I felt for the majority of the movie. And then, you know, eventually, you know, but anyways, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not, like I said, but, you know what, I'm about to get into spoilers. I'm going to give my initial grade. I'm going to give my grade right now, tell you what I think about it. You know, look, this movie's been out in theaters for 3 weeks now. Look, I give it a theater experience. I think you should go to the movies and see it. It's worth going to the movies and seeing. It's worth paying theater dollars. It's a fun action movie to experience on the big screen. All right. So with that out of the way, let's get into spoilers. All right, so basically what kicks things off in this movie is Will Smith's character, Mike Lowrey. You know, look, Marcus and Marcus and Mike, you know, they decide they want to, like, have a foot race to, like, see who's the fastest, and, you know, whatever. They're just having a friendly game. They make a wager, whatever. They end up racing, and Mike is clearly winning by a clear mile, probably 2. And out of nowhere, you see somebody ride up on a motorcycle. And, you know, I had a feeling that something was going to happen. And when it did, I was like, whoa, shit. The first thing that popped into my mind was, Ricky! Like, that's the first thing that popped into my mind, you know, Boys in the Hood, like that scene, like that's what popped into my mind when that scene happened. And, yeah, he got shot. He got shot twice, I believe, and nearly died. He nearly died at the hospital. And really cool scene with, you know, with Marcus taking care of him at the hospital, you know, even dyeing his beard for him, you know, because he was great. You know, they're just getting old, and it makes me feel like I'm getting old. which I am at 32. But I feel like I'm getting there. I feel like I'm crossing that threshold slowly but surely. Anyways, so obviously Mike ends up surviving, and you know, he decides he wants to get back into it. He wants to find out who tried to kill him, and basically he wants him and Marcus to get back in on the investigation and everything, and to track the guy down. And basically, you know, the captain tells him that Marcus is retired, and Marcus retired, and he doesn't want any part of it. So Mike ends up going it on his own for a little while, working with a new group of characters that I really liked, actually. I really liked the new characters. I feel like I've read some reviews where the new characters weren't very likable. I liked them. I thought they were great, especially the one guy, the one big white dude. Like, I thought he was awesome. I can't remember his name. I think like Big Guy or something like that. But he was, I mean, that dude was fucking Hulk. Like, he was the White Hulk. Like, that dude was huge. And I was just waiting the entire movie for that dude to like rip into some people, like just tear into them. And he finally does it. And it's like, holy shit, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. But anyways, that happens like way at the end of the movie. But look, again, I don't want to keep going into plot details. I don't want to like get into like the whole shebang. But there is some things that happen in this movie. Like, here's the thing. I like this movie a lot. Like I said, obviously, I mean, I say it's a theater experience. It's a great movie, in my opinion. And, you know, I would say it's probably like on the lower end of what I would consider a theatrical experience, but still a theatrical experience nonetheless. So, look, guys, like, there's something that happens in this movie. There's the reveal of the killer. I can't remember his name. But anyways, he ends up being Will Smith's or Mike's bastard son. And, you know, it's revealed later on in the movie. And that's like, okay, that's an interesting reveal. And, you know, he kills the captain at one point in the movie. And at the end, it's like he tries to have like this redemptive moment. And, you know, it's like, okay, that's cool and all, but, you know, hopefully he still dies. I mean, the guy has killed a lot of people, and he tried to kill Mike. Well, you know, and you know, he tries to help his dad. He basically helps him save Marcus at the end of the movie, after he got shot by his own mother by accident, and who's apparently a witch. But anyways, like, I'm up to this point, I'm like, okay, you know, this is a cool movie. I'm really into it, you know. But then it's like the end of like, not even the end, like it's right there, like before like the final scene ends. And, you know, Mike is like basically telling him, you know, hang in there and all this and that. That, you know, he can't promise that everything's going to be good because he's done a lot of bad, but, you know, they can work through it or whatever. And then I'm just thinking to myself, this dude killed your captain. He killed somebody that you were really close, like a real father figure to you. You're telling me that you're going to work things out with him? I don't know if I'm okay with that. And that's really my biggest issue with the movie. I can't really think of a whole lot else that I didn't like about the movie. But anyways, guys, that's my review. Like I said, it's a theater experience. I can't recommend it enough, especially if you're a fan of the Bad Boys franchise. With that being said, guys, please like and subscribe. Hit that big red button underneath this video that says subscribe. Hit it twice so you'll be notified when I release a future video. And please give this video a thumbs up. It would mean a lot. Thank you so much for the support. Y'all have a good one.